So nice to be riding outside again. I did the stupid mistake of abandoning all my principles and got a Zwift set up at home, and yeah, that kind of took over my riding for a bit there. It's good though when it's cold, but it's good to be out again. Flashbacks. See if I can stay upright. So if you ever needed proof that I'm just a weight weenie poser, this video will probably be it. This is my second passion in life, and it's not about removing grams, it's about adding grams. Alternative storage, or storage that helps me remove anything from my pockets. Saggy pocket syndrome is the worst thing I know. It's even worse than steel bolts when you can have titanium instead. So I'm not really talking about bike packing here, although there will definitely be some overlap, but I just want to show you the options I have on my bike depending on what kinds of rides I'm doing. So as you can see, my bike basically looks like it's ready to go bike packing. I'm not talking about having all this crap on the bike for just a single day ride or an all day adventure exploration or something like that. This will just show you every single option I can choose from depending on how much gear I want to take with me and how long the ride is, etc, etc. So of course we can start with the simplest one, that's the most common for sure, and it's the saddlebag. I don't really need to go more into this. I mean, it's a saddlebag. Everyone knows what a saddlebag is, and everyone probably has a saddlebag. Unless you're one of those people that just refuses that and stuff your pocket instead. It's fine, it's totally fine. I don't mind, as long as I don't have to do it. Only problem now with the saddlebag is the new seat post kind of destroys my beautiful Arundel bags because of this nut that is there. So, yeah. I see it as an opportunity to find a different solution. We'll see what happens. The option I usually go for is the tool bottles. They come in a bunch of different sizes. This is the one I probably use most. This one from Elite called what? Byasi? Yeah, that name. I have a larger one as well if I really wanted to stuff stuff in there. So when I ride with this, I can usually fit my spares in the bottom, and I can still fit some layers like leg warmers, arm warmers, or in this case I can even stuff a full puffy vest if I want to. Especially in the winter, it's very nice. At the same time, in the winter I usually don't need more than one bottle, so it won't clutter the bike with a lot of bags and unusual stuff. So I think that's probably the cleanest option. Just one tool bottle and a water bottle, and that's it. And that way I don't even need to use a saddlebag. So that's nice. Another option I have here is a second tool bottle. This is the fabric tool keg. The good thing about this is it's cageless, so it's can I get this loose without. The good thing about this is it's the cageless one. And when I don't use it, I just leave the studs in there because, yeah, it doesn't really bother me that much. And it's a few grams, of course, but shit, what can you do? Having this on the down tube, I have never had any issues with bottles popping out. I did have this inside the triangle. I mentioned this before, and then I actually managed to pop one bottle out. But on the down tube, this works excellent. It's perfect for example, if I'm doing an all day full ride, like 200k plus ride, I can put my train bag in here. It's a perfect storage for that, of course. Kind of will affect the aerodynamics, I reckon, but yeah. It's also a good option when you need two bottles but still want your spares and stuff like that here. Works pretty good. I've been using it less and less recently, but it's always a good option to have. And those studs also works with the fabric water bottles with the same mount. So for bike packing, I usually have a water bottle here. And I will just say, when you put these studs on, put it on tight, but don't too tight so you deform the plastic. Because if these gets deformed, it seems to be easier to actually lose bottles that way. So just be careful. Now, my bread and butter, bike packing bags. I'm getting a bit too obsessed with bags these days, but this is probably my favorite options when going for those all day, like from early morning to late night train home. We're talking 200k plus rides. This one is the Apidura Racing thingamajig bag. I will put some links in the description for sure, but it's perfect for just stuffing food and layers if you need those. Can easily swallow a rain jacket, camera if you want to, and stuff like that. The only problem when you have these frame bags is water bottles will be very annoying to get out. That's why I use a Fidlock bottle when I have a frame bag, because I don't need to pull it up. I can just twist it and it comes off. I don't want to have unnecessary big bags. So this one is pretty nice, and I get plenty of space here, so I can actually remove this bottle when I need to. I have the full, the half frame bag as well, which is usually what I use when I have my drone with me. I think this is the perfect size for me when it comes to those long all day rides. And on top, this is my latest addition. This is the Silca, what it's called now, the Speed Capsule, I think. It's a tri-bag. The good thing about this, it is actually pretty big. It can swallow a lot, but it's still very slim. It's a bit wide at the bottom, but it gets slimmer up top. So even if you ride hard and really thrust your frame back and forth, it doesn't really interfere with your knees, which sometimes happen with those bigger top tube bags. Like my Pro, for example, when I go bikepacking, I prefer the Pro because I have that webbing on the side that I can push trash and stuff like that, and it also swallows a bit more than this one. But if I'm really going hard up a climb, which I really never do when I'm bikepacking, that bag can interfere with my knees and stuff like that. This one is much better in that area. It's not perfect though by any means. I kind of think they should have put the zipper the other way around. I don't know, maybe I'm just not used to it. This little zipper garage, I feel like this would be the perfect sweat catcher. I don't know, we'll see how that works long term. Otherwise, pretty nice. Like I see, I can fit my snacks here, and I have a buff there just in case it get a bit cold. I'm trying to eat some Haribo's. Just like with the frame bag, for the really long rides, I absolutely love these top tube bags for the simple reason that it keeps reminding me to eat, which I found is very, very important on those long rides. Usually when I have food in my pockets and I feel, oh yeah, I need to eat, but I have this climb. I'm just gonna do this climb and then I will eat, and then I forget it. And then another 40 minutes has gone by and I say, oh crap, I haven't eaten, and I'm starting to feel weird, bunk coming on. When I have this in front of my face, it's really easy to just grab something quick, even if it's just a one Haribo bear. This is better than nothing. Of course, you can set your Garmin and computers nowadays to warn you to drink every 30 minutes or whatever, but I can't really think of anything more annoying than electronic beeps while you're riding. So yeah, I really dig these top tube bags, especially if you have the mounting point on the top tube, like the Silca. It's only made for those mounts, so you can't really use this if you don't have those mounts, but there's a bunch of different versions, smaller, bigger, everything you need. Another thing that could be a bit questionable on this one is when you close this zipper, it can be a bit like you pull on it, god damn it, so you have to be a bit careful when you close this from the bottom. Usually you don't really need to open it all the way down, but good thing to point out, I think. Also, I don't know how waterproof this is actually. It's probably water resistant at least, but I might not want to put some really sensitive electronics and stuff like that if it's pouring rain. there's not one of those super trendy, popular handlebar bags on my bike. And for me, they don't really make much sense, to be honest. First of all, I really want to have my out front mount, and that would make it really hard to access the bag, depending on where the opening is. And I've tried a few smaller bags. I had one bag for my drone actually, for the handlebar, and I thought that when I put some effort in on climbs and stuff like that, I think it affected the bike handling a bit more than I would prefer. So in my mind, it's kind of the worst place to put extra storage. Or I'm just not trendy enough to see the benefit of a handlebar bag compared to, say, a frame bag. Of course, it's not perfect either with the whole water bottle issue, but I think for me, this is easier to access while riding as well than it would be to have a handlebar bag with this thing on the bars. But whatever works for you, go with that. So like I said, I don't use all this at the same time. It's just to show you all the options I have. And it's of course depending on actually what you need. In the height of summer, I don't really need extra layers or anything. I probably just need 2 bottles then and my tools and my spares. So in that case, I will probably just stick with the saddlebag. So like I said, it's not the bikepacking setup. It's more that all-day adventure, exploring out in the mountains here in Japan. There's so much to cover, and usually when you go on those unknown roads, it's usually an all-day affair. Might even be a train ride home. So having a bit of extra storage, I like that stuff. Anything to get the stuff out of my pockets. So let me know if you have any good alternative storage solutions. Always interesting to hear what other people has come up with. Maybe something I haven't even thought about yet. Man, it's good to be outside again. Oh. Hopefully get it a little warmer soon, so with more outside riding. I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, feel free to leave a like. And if you want more nerdy stuff like this and other stuff, feel free to subscribe. If you do, I will catch you in the next one. Peace! This is how you get punctured.